last divisional cup opens has just concluded for this season on NA, and we might even be getting to see a cinematic ending with Peterbot versus Poyo off spawn. In today's video, we're going to go over everybody that was able to qualify for the finals, my own predictions, and some crazy clips that we saw as well. Real quick before this video starts though, please subscribe to the channel if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. We're continuing to shout out 2 people every single video that DM me proof of them using my code. So shout out to these 2 people on the screen right here. Thank you guys so much for supporting the channel. If you guys want to watch these set lobby finals of any of these tournaments with me, make sure you guys follow me on my Twitch or come back here on the day of finals. Without further ado though, we have a lot to go over for NA today. Let's start this off of course with the duo that was able to win opens, and that was also the only duo to finish with over 1,000 points of Muzz in Reet. They finished with exactly 1,006 points, won 1 out of their 20 matches, and got 225 total elims, which was enough elims to finish them with the most in all of the opens. I said this in yesterday's video, but it seemed like Muzz was kind of dealing with some sickness last week, and it seems like he is fully recovered now because they are finally back on the top of leaderboards, and I'm expecting a big finals out of them. This could potentially even be the finals that they end up winning. Second place was G Money in sales on 981. They won 3 out of their 19 matches, got 156 total elims. Also not super sure if this is going to be like a brand new official duo, because if you guys know, G Money was originally playing with Rise. I don't think that they split, but I mean, you know, anything could happen at literally any time. Third place is probably the most talked about duo from this weekend of Peterbot and Josh on 953. They won 2 out of their 18 matches, got 213 elims. These guys yesterday were just absolutely walking through pros. They didn't end up fighting as many pros today, but they were still just absolutely running through the lobbies. It was almost like wholesome in a way seeing Peter and Josh play together, because you can really tell that Peter sees a lot of his younger self in Josh, and Josh really is just one of the next best up and coming players on all of NA. I've already clarified this a bunch, but no, Peter and Poyo have not yet officially split up. Peter just wanted to play the rest of the tournaments this season with some different teammates for fun. I'm not sure if that's going to continue into next season with the Simpsons season as well, and then they'll be back for chapter 7 or what's actually going on there. But we literally only had 1 more div cup this season, so Peter decided to play it with Josh, and they were still able to qualify for the finals. I'm very interested to see what this duo is actually going to be looking like in the finals. Of course, I would have to assume that Peter is still going to be the one IGLing, even though Josh this season has transitioned into a fighting IGL now, but Peter of course just has way more experience IGLing. If Peter and Josh somehow place better than Peter and Poyo have over these past couple of weeks, then there's going to be a lot of things going on Twitter. I don't even want to imagine what Twitter would look like if Peter and Josh somehow won this finals. But I do want to show some of this duo's best moments from today because it was super fun to watch them.
Damn, good night. Cracked.
Mid space.
Go my back wall, 100.
Yep.
I'll go 1 pump. I'm nothing, bro. 1 HP. Beat a cup.
Jeez.
You're not fizzing us? Oh, you are fizzing us. No, I'm not.
No!
You're fizzing us.
You have the fizz.
Here, take it.
I'll fizz myself.
Bro, you're actually... What is wrong with you? Bro.
What are you doing?
Fizz us, bro.
Okay, bro, I'll fizz us, bro. Give me the fizz.
You have it. You dropped
Yeah.
it? Good
Yeah.
boy.
But you got that?
What? No! What? I got pumped!
Fourth place though, it seems like you just can't separate them. We do have Skittles and Poyo on 952. They won 2 out of their 20 matches, got 178 total elims. It seems like Skittles is always kind of just the fill player for whatever pro actually ends up needing teammates. Which duo is actually better between Poyo and Skittles versus Peter and Josh? I think a lot of us would probably lean the Peter and Josh side, but I am very excited to see how both of these teams look off spawn, because we haven't got to see a Peter versus Poyo in a while, and I would have to assume assume that they're gonna fight. If this was like any other teammate combination, then I would say, oh yeah, they'll probably just end up splitting it with each other. But you know, Peter and Pollo live for the competition versus each other, so I have a pretty good feeling that they will be fighting off spawn. 5th place was Adriz and Iamzo on 900. I think this needs to be a big week for Adriz and Iamzo. They've been kind of, I don't want to say underperforming. I mean, depending on what your expectations were for them, like to me personally, they have kind of been underperforming. They've basically placed top 10 in every single set lobby finals this season, but I really would have expected this duo to be able to at least win one Div Cup finals by now, especially considering how rough Peter and Pollo have looked over the past couple of weeks. So I am expecting some big things out of Adriz and Iamzo in this finals. 6th place is Jarg and King on 833. 7th place is Lawrence and Batman Joe. 8th place is Creon and Zavi. 9th place is Cooper and Sphinx. And then rounding out the top 10 is Evan and Dolger on 784. So we did have a lot of our big name duos be able to make it into the finals, like 13th place of Rapid and Threats on 771. This has probably been the most consistent duo on all of NA for this entire season so far. A lot of people even like to say that they're currently the best duo on NA in general. I'm still not sure if Rapid is actually going to be in Texas or not for this last finals of the season, because I don't think he's been on 0 ping for literally the past like 3 weeks, and they've still been placing so highly. 14th place is a duo that I am very excited to see what they can do in this finals. And if you're wondering why I am extra excited about Ritual and Cold this week, it is because they are finally going to be fully uncontested in this finals. Hate to say this a lot of the times because so many people think it's me like hating on Epic Whale, but I've been probably the main person to say that I am tired of seeing Ritual and Cold versus Epic Whale and Pump off spawn. I just feel like Ritual and Cold have been better than them off spawn this season, and they are just the better duo in general. And all season long, I've been waiting to see how they can actually look in a fully uncontested drop spot, and it looks like for the last Div Cup of the season, we're finally going to get to see that. 16th place, we're gonna finally get to see Donnie and Booga also in their first Div Cup finals. They finished on 750 points, won 1 out of their 19 matches, and got 105 total elims as well. There was a lot of people hating on this duo last week after they weren't able to qualify for the finals. I myself did say I was a little bit disappointed that they weren't able to qual, but I did still like the potential of this duo going into the future. They looked very good in the last Eval Cup finals that they played together, and even Donnie today had some crazy moments in fights, and we got to see his real fragging capabilities and why Booga wanted to pick him up.
For that height that Acorn has, wants to take it off of him. Trying to jump out, is maybe a side edit. Acorn with a nice floor reset there, has the doubles above, but Donnie with a nice side jump gets the double edit from above, and a big shot on Acorn. Nice tag on the bolts as well. Donnie with a little bit of an edit course, and the double pump on the bolts takes him down.
In 22nd place, I think this duo also has so much to prove in this final Div Cup of the season. Acorn and Bolts finished on 735. So many people were talking negatively about Acorn and Bolts after last week because they did finish in 24th place, which is just not what really any of us expected, especially considering the run that they were on before that, literally winning the Div Cup finals the week before. Am I giving up on Acorn and Bolts after one bad performance though? No, obviously not. I still think they are one of, if not even like a top 3 duo on the region right now, and I think they are pretty due for a bounce back week. We have 24th place of Victor V and Paper, Queasy and Curly in 31st. Also, I hope that we get to see all 6 matches played between Queasy and Curly, and they are also currently looking like they are probably going to be fully uncontested in the finals as well. This to me could be a potential sneaky top 5 pick. Pretty much one of our only duos that really did need to clutch up today. In 33rd place of Clicks and Higgs, they were able to qualify for the finals, finishing with 694 points, winning 2 out of their 19 matches, and getting 94 total elims as well. I'm not 100% sure if Clicks is actually going to be on 0 ping or not by the time the final starts tomorrow, because he has been in California for the past 2 days. But this duo is coming off of their best Div Cup finals placement of the season, literally having the potential to even win the entire tournament as well. So if Clicks is going to be on 0 ping, I see no reason why they can't ride off that momentum and finish with another top 5 this week. We have Ark and Kanata in 42nd place, barely being able to qualify, getting 680 points in 20 total matches. I feel like we normally see Ark and Kanata, especially in the opens, more towards the top 5 compared to almost like the bottom of the leaderboard, scraping for a qual, but they were still able to make the finals. Very excited to see what they're gonna do. And then that was about it for all of our big names that were able to qualify this week. Some of the duos that unfortunately just missed out on qual is like 55th place of Day and Jack. I think these guys literally placed like 7 7th place last week in the finals, so super unfortunate that they weren't able to qual this week. We have Visuals and Braids in 70th place. These guys have also pretty much just been struggling ever since Duos has come back, and really since just globals in general. Like we talked about earlier, 91st place was Epic Well and Pump on 535. I'm still hoping that this duo is able to do good on West if they qualify for the finals, but I have just been waiting so long to see Ritual and Cold fully uncontested. Then we do also have like 240th place of Bucky and Preston on 341. And then definitely probably the most surprise non-qual is 250th place of Curve and Craze on 331. If you're wondering like, oh, why is this surprising? If you guys remember last week's Cash Cup finals, the literal winners of it was Curve and Craze. So they went from winning the Cash Cup finals to not even qualifying for the finals the next week. Definitely also not how these guys wanted to end their season, but they were able to get a Cash Cup win, I guess. And then that was about it for all of the big names. Moving on to the final map here now and my own personal top 5 predictions. We do have a lot of duos that are still contested. Obviously the main one down here is going to be Peter and Josh versus Skittles and Poyo. If I were to predict how this off spawn were to go, I'll probably just go with the safe option here and say 3-3. I literally have no clue. 1, how off spawn fights are going to work at this POI. And then 2, both Peter and Poyo are just playing with such random teammates. Like, I don't know how good Josh is off spawn or how much better like Skittles could be off spawn than one of them. And Peter and Poyo, I feel like are relatively even as well. So this really is seeming like it could just be a dead even 3-3 off spawn. We have Cooper and Sphinx here in a quad contest with just... This is going to be a rough spot for them, but they're deciding to leave the first order base up here to now land over here. This is the first time we've seen them try to go over here the entire season. But let's actually move on to my top 5 predictions here now. And starting off with in my 5th place spot, I am going to go with Clicks and Higgs. And I'm just going to say this right now. If Clicks is not going to be on 0 ping, you can probably switch out this prediction for Arc and Kanata. But Clicks and Higgs literally just got 3rd place last week. As I said, could have won the entire tournament. I think they're a very good pick to top 5. Moving on to my 4th place spot is probably the lowest I've had them all season, but I just have to put Adriz and Yamzo lower now, just based on what we have seen from them so far. And knowing how my prediction luck goes, this is probably going to end up being the week that they win the whole thing, but I'm going to put them in my 4th place spot. Moving on to my top 3 now, I'm still going to give the respect to Acorn and Bolts to finish top 3 in this tournament, even after they did have a very rough last week. I'm going to more say that that was a one-off performance and not really a sign of things to come for them. Moving on to my top 2 now, in 2nd place I'm gonna go with Ritual and Cold. I wouldn't be surprised at all if they ended up winning this tournament. I think this is the best they've ever been set up to win a tournament as well. This is also though another one of the duos that I'm very curious on how their surge is going to look like, because I haven't mentioned this yet, but all of the tournaments in the future now are getting played on the brand new Storm Surge with the net damage, and so I'm very interested to see how they look. But the duo I'm gonna go with to finish in 1st place is Rapid and Threats. I just think they're the safest pick to go with for your 1st place spot. They've been the most consistent duo this entire season, and I'm gonna go with them to win the whole thing. Of course though, let me know your guys' own top 5 predictions in the comment section down below. Moving on to the final statistics here now. The highest damage ratio was Clut with a 2.93. 2nd place was Vito. 3rd was Krov, and the most damage to players was actually Reet with 27,865, and he just barely beat out Poyo with 27,327. And yes, this is the cumulative stats from both day 1 and day 2. We have Peter in 3rd, Muzz in 4th, Cold in 5th, and the most elims was Peter with 129 total elims. 2nd place was Reet, 3rd was Poyo, 4th was Muzz, 5th was G Money, 6th was Yamzo, 7th was Cold, 8th was Josh with 84, 9th was Adriz, and then rounding out the top 10 was Sphinx. The most assists was actually Skittles, so it looks like he's really helping out Poyo. I'm curious on who is actually going to be IGLing Skittles and Poyo in the finals, because I don't think either of them are like really experienced in IGLing. I could be wrong though. And then here's all the other statistics as well if you guys care about any of these. Day 2 of EU is not going to be taking place until like Monday or Tuesday, I'm pretty sure. So we're not going to be moving on to EU now, and that's actually the end of the video. So appreciate everybody that's made it all the way to the end here. Please subscribe to the show if you guys are new, as we try our best to upload daily competitive content for you guys. If you guys want to support me even more, far and away the best way to do so is by using code KDOG in the Fortnite item shop. YouTube says enjoy one of these 2 videos up on the screen right now, so go check them out if you guys haven't already. Thank God for another day, and I'll catch you guys next time. Peace out.